We had several objectives when we were creating this addition. First of all, we wanted to make sure that this addition was meant to be here. It looked like it was not an afterthought. It looked like it was meant to be here from the start, so it had to blend in very, very well. It had to handle all of the requirements that we needed for space in an addition, and probably most importantly from my perspective, we had to be able to keep the existing building fully operational while we were building the new addition. So what we really needed was a microcosm of our existing building. And that's what the addition really was. It's about a 45,000 square foot expansion. It increased our total space by about 40%. It included 5 new classrooms. It included 35 offices for faculty. It included another graduate programs office space. It created, I think it was 7 team rooms for students. And in addition, all the area that we had taken away from students in the past will now be converted back to student interaction space.
The challenge of adding onto a building that never was planned for an addition was there. On top of that, it's on central campus. It's from one side. We didn't have the option of where to put the addition. It was going to be placed in the location it's at on the east side of the building. And by the way, we were going to have to build it from one side while the school was occupied. We needed to make sure that we weren't going to disrupt the activities of the college, and we needed to make sure they were safe during a time when we were going to strip off the facade on one side of the building and build a new building immediately adjacent.
Some of the challenges with that, in particular this project, we're nestling up against an existing building that has such character already. And so we really wanted that to be seamless and fit in, but also have its own kind of character and its own special uniqueness. So we really kind of oriented it around the central space I'm standing in, which we were referring to as the heart of the building the whole time during design. And it definitely kind of gives that holistic feel to it and kind of gathers all those community members into the middle to create that community.
Story Construction was fantastic to work with. You have Keith Searcy, you've got Shane Geiselhart, you've got Steve Massa. They were a fantastic crew to work with. I don't think we could have asked for a better crew overall. Steve Massa, as a superintendent of the project, was fantastic. We had a lot of very open, honest conversations about a lot of things. I think the whole crew would have loved to have produced a perfect project. That was their goal. They all know that's not going to happen. You're always going to have mistakes happening on a project like this. But that whole attitude, if something goes wrong, how do we fix it? How do we make it right? What do we do? What are our options? That's very refreshing to see. And that made this project just an excellent opportunity for me to work on. And so I'd just like to say thank you for that opportunity.